It's the 19th of January and it's 11:32, and I'm uploading for the interest of those that have overlooked and refused to follow procedures or processes that are required in my circumstances. I'm aware that there is a blind eye being cast on this situation of wrongdoing that I've experienced as a married mother, and in recent times I've discovered that there has been forgery conducted and claims that my nuptials, my holy matrimony of the 30th of the 3rd, 2015, is of a divorce proceeding that I have not even been present for or consenting to. So technically, legally, and morally, I suppose, I'm still a married mother, and there are individuals, unfortunately, that have used my signature where they had no permission to. So as I've mentioned, there have been unlawful paper procedures that have referred to my child and I, that have offended not just the Roman Catholic Church, but have offended all corrections to wrongdoings from the circumstances that initiated Recovery 2019 in Ireland as of 2017, when I started contacting ombudsmen. So I'm aware that there are people preoccupied with my properties that are legally mine, legally in my name, and there are people that are offending not just the church but the constitution, and therefore we have very serious offences being present in our society that risk the pillars of democracy. So this is a democracy. The Roman Catholic Church has already been offended in this state. They have already seen the repercussions to bad practices, and yet I'm experiencing people deciding to work against procedure, process and protocol. So this update is with regard to those that have offended journalism, the freedom of speech that I'm entitled to as a graduate of literature and literary studies culture from the University of Limerick as of 2003. And as I've mentioned, my protection status has been offended, and all endeavours that have arisen from wrongdoings in 2017, any amends or reparations that were done to arose from the wrongdoings against the Constitution in Recovery 2019 are being demeaned again, with more wrongdoings occurring. So the cycle is being exacerbated. There's awful offence being done to my name, and there has been recovery as a consequence of my experiences, strengths and hopes. So I'm worried about the sanity and sobriety level of society also. So those with the information that they are to contact me at, with obligations to be fulfilled, functions to be fulfilled, duties to be fulfilled. We all have a full awareness of what our roles are in society, and unfortunately sometimes engineering society or being selective around the structure of society sometimes doesn't fit too well with what the tenets of society expect as good and healthy tenets to uphold society. So those that are working with faulty information regarding my nuptials are being brought to the attention of the Vatican State. I'm married in the Roman Catholic Church. I've been of humanitarian endeavours, and there's a crime of my nuptials being conducted by individuals that are preoccupied with property that doesn't legally belong to them. And as I've said, I've also experienced financial crime. So there's quite a lot going on that I'm contending with, and my health has been negatively impacted about this circumstance with regard to the Hippocratic not being respected or upheld either. So there's so much happening. That's why I've called it Sad Sign of the Times. There have been repercussions for the wrongdoings that people have participated in willingly, consciously and dutifully against the Constitution. They brought on a world of trouble and they haven't fixed any of the troubles. So I'm really concerned about those that are refusing to work properly and receiving a wage, and that are imposing or impoverishing and not working with the democratic values that really save society from children and young families like my own being negatively impacted by people that don't own where they walk to, like into people's homes of mine, where in Tubberhead Hill there has been forgery and financial crime. So those that are working with faulty information regarding my nuptials are being brought, as I've said, to the attention of the Vatican State and the Roman Catholic Church. And we've seen already in Ireland what the problem has been with bad practices of faith crimes and financial crimes that I've had to contend with. So those that are working with retaliation, I've concerns for sanity and sobriety levels in society. On behalf of fellowship and federation members, advocates and so on and so forth, I hope there's empathy and identification in this circumstance where people just simply have turned a blind eye. So it's a sad sign of the times that people think it's safe walking into people's homes without permission or without due process of the legalities or technicalities. And those that haven't observed the procedure process, I'm still awaiting 2,500 days plus I've been uploading, and journalism has played a huge part in this situation with regard to the message that has been sent out and the broadcasting of circumstances around agriculture and social protection and the economy. So this has all arisen from circumstances of my personal experiences since 2017 when people decided to make bad decisions instead of doing good on circumstances where there would have been a lot of danger prevented. So it's a sad sign of the times. This is for the interest of the European Court of Human Rights, and all I can say is that I'm still awaiting 2,500 days since my child was taken from me for things to be corrected. So those that don't know how to correct their failings, I have huge concerns with more problems that they're making. It's a sad sign of the times.